Welcome to the Angels Unscripted podcast on this beautiful Monday morning. I'm here with Erica Penrod and Lucy McConnell. My name is Shaylee Dimick, and I am your host. And first of all, we're going to start off with introductions. So let's have Lucy start. Just tell us a little bit about yourself.
Hey, my name's Lucy McConnell, and I am a USA Today bestselling author. I've been writing for 20 years, and I have over 140 fiction novels published, and I have 8 cookbooks and various articles and small booklets and things. I am married. I have a wonderful husband and 4 kids and 5 horses, 1 dog, 6 chickens, and we don't keep track of the cats on the farm, so I'm not sure how many we have right now, but I do know we haven't had a mouse in a while. So,
all right.
Perfect. Well, good to meet you, Erica.
Well, I feel like I should have went first because I don't sound quite as impressive. I am Erica Penrod. I'm an author. I have written, I think, somewhere around 27 or 28 books. Most of those are romance. Well, all of them are romance. I did just release my first paranormal romance this year under a pen name at E.B. Penrod, so that was really exciting. I love writing. My other love is organizing, and so I am a professional organizer, a KonMari consultant, my superpower, I guess you would call it.
I call it
or my kryptonite, if you ask my family. They're not sure. So I do love both of my jobs. I'm so blessed to do both. I am a wife, a mother, a grandmother. I have 2 adorable grandsons, and they are the light of my life. Anyway, we are a rodeo family, horse family. We do a lot with horses, and my grandsons are now riding, so it's like just living the dream. So yeah, that's a little about me.
Yeah, that's awesome. Well, good to meet you both. So let's get right into it. Can you guys tell our listeners a little bit about what Angels Unscripted is about, and tell us a little bit about this podcast?
Who wants to go first?
Go ahead.
I went first last time.
No, I'm waiting.
Lucy, go ahead.
Okay. Angels Unscripted is an opportunity for us to share our love of, first of all, of writing romance with people, but more importantly, to share our love of Christmas, all things Christmas. For years, we've been writing Christmas romance novels to uplift and bring the Christmas spirit into people's lives. I feel like our Angel Institute series has taken that to a next level, which is why we decided to start this podcast, is because there's so much wonderfulness in this series and that has to do with angels that we just wanted to continue to share it and to spread it far and wide and to bring that, that feeling you get at the end of It's a Wonderful Life when you're like just, and the whole everything comes together and the soul is saved and the world is a brighter place and Christmas is magical.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
That's the feeling that is in these books, and there's so much of it that we had to extend it into a podcast.
Right.
Yeah.
And talk about angels. Yeah, it sounds like, you're here to bring joy and uplift people, and you also have a great Christmas series as well. And Erica, do you have anything to add?
I don't want to forget about the romance part, because I think that's what makes a great Christmas story. It's why so many of us tune in every holiday season to all the cheesy holiday movies.
Right.
So we love them and we know what's going to happen, and but yet you can't help but love them. And I think that's what is great about Angel Institute is we've tried to take the best things, like the romance, all the fun activities, all that good stuff of a romantic movie, but we've also added all the fun and inspiring Christmas, the angels, and just with It's a Wonderful Life, which is one of my all-time favorite movies. It's the only movie I actually save for Christmas Eve.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I watch Christmas movies nonstop all December long, and I will watch them over and over and over as I'm tidying the house. The movie's playing in the background, like White Christmas, all the songs, it's playing constantly. But It's a Wonderful Life is the one movie that I save for Christmas Eve because it's so special to me, and it just inspires me so much. I love Clarence. I love how he just gives George a different perspective.
Yeah.
And so that's what we're hoping to do with Angel Institute, is maybe give our readers a little different perspective on with their holiday season.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Right, and I mean, with Angels Unscripted, it's also a lot of Angel Institute. You know, every single episode we bring book 1, book 2, book 3, and we bring the talk of angels with that as well. And we also are sharing your angel stories. Yes. We're sharing our friends. Anyone who wants to share an angel story to inspire somebody, to let them know that they have angels in their lives, we'll be doing that here on our podcast. And we'll kind of let you know a little bit later how you can send in your angel stories as well, if you have a feeling that you would like to do that. So I know we've touched a little bit about Angel Institute. Let's touch a little bit more. What brought you guys to bring Angel Institute to everyone this season?
Well, for the past few years, I have written with Chrissy, or Lucy McConnell, I guess I should call you her. We've done Christmas books together for the last several years, but I don't even really know that there was an exact starting point with Angel Institute. It was like we kind of talked about, well, maybe we should do something a little bit different this year, because we've done our Snowed In series, which I love Snowed In, and I will probably keep writing Snowed In. But we just wanted to do something a little bit different, and we both all of a sudden like came with different ideas about what we wanted to do, but
they generated together.
They just came together, yeah. And then we just had this vision of what we wanted to create, and it just like grew like
overnight.
It
was an incredible like synergy. I don't know what you want to call it.
Yeah.
Like, it was just this moment of like, this is what we should do, and this is how we should do it.
Yes.
And this is and now we need to go write 8 books. And it was a little overwhelming because, and that was February.
Yes.
When that started. I don't know, like you say, I don't know that there was an exact date, because ideas of this have been percolating for years. I've always wanted to write an angel series. And I have several other angel series ideas, but this one was the one that just like surged forward when we were talking and it came out. And so, it was just a moment of like the stars aligned and all of the cosmos came together. And we were in the right place at the right time to discuss it. I mean, it was just kind of this whole
and like even what to call it. Like Angel Institute, we like went back and forth over a few things, and one thing that's been really amazing about this whole experience is that we decided moving forward we had to both completely agree on any decision before we went forward, and that was with the name. And so as we like started throwing out ideas, it just wasn't quite there.
Right.
But then once we hit Angel Institute, we're both like, oh, there it is. That's it. And so that's what we've done through this whole process, is like we both have to agree it, and we both are just kind of being led by, this is what this looks like, let's go. And so we're just trying to keep up.
Well, and there's times when we don't agree and we're like, you know what, maybe we just need to table it for a minute, and then it just sits with us and kind of percolates, and then we like, then all of a sudden it just clicks, and it's kind of an amazing, not to force it.
Right.
I think if you're trying to force something to happen, then it just kind of trips up the process of creativity and things. And so we just, we would just step back at times, and even with the covers, which are adorable, by the way. I love these covers. But
they're so cute,
with the covers, we kept, like, I think I spent 6 or 7 hours one day just cranking out different covers and like, nope, that's not right, that's not right, that's not right. And finally I was like, it's just like, it just needs to sit. And then I was driving home, we were on a writing retreat, and I was driving home, and it hit me. The reason the covers aren't working is because the titles weren't right. So once we got the titles right, everything gelled. Like it just fell into place. And so it was stepping back and getting out of the way of the inspiration so that it had a chance to come up, because I kept trying to force covers and it just wasn't working. So that's way more than you asked for.
No, that is awesome. We all want to know
how this
like
works,
all of our listeners and viewers, I have not read these yet. These are on pre-order. They're not out yet. So if you want to order them, go ahead and show them that cover.
This is my author.
One more time. They're all Christmas covers. They all have snow on them.
Yeah.
They're all very cute. And we'll come back to that cover later. If you guys want to check out those books, they're on these two ladies' websites, or just one website.
Just one website.
So it's angelinstitutebooks.com.
Yes.
Correct.
Yep.
Yes.
Yep.
So, and like I said, we're going to have one book for every episode of this podcast. So you can follow along, or you can buy them book by book after you listen to our podcast, whatever you think. And I did have one question. Angel Institute, how does that relate to It's a Wonderful Life?
Oh, so Clarence is a class 2 angel who's trying to get his wings. He's trying to earn his wings.
Okay.
So we took that idea of angels trying to get their wings and realized that there has to be some classes, there has to be some training. So we created a Angel Institute in heaven, where these angels all go through a training course, and they are learning to be guardian angels, and they do their book work, and they do all their other stuff to get ready. And each of the assignments they get, this is their final assignment. And so this is their chance to either get their wings, or if they fail at their assignment, they have to wait another 100 years before they can apply to Angel Institute. So so the stakes are pretty high for them to succeed. And it's not an easy task to save a soul or to teach a person. And so they, of course, meet bumps along the way. And they have a really wonderful mentor / instructor whose name is Henry. And he's just a fabulous older soul who has already had his wings. He's already been a guardian angel. And he, anyway, he guides them along as they're all working to get their wings this Christmas.
That's really sweet. Yeah, so that's what Angel Institute is about, and we're going to have those books every episode. Again, like I said, and not only these books, but we're going to be having angel stories from our listeners, from our viewers, from anyone who wants to share, and I'm going to tell you guys how to submit your angel stories. So you can either directly message us on TikTok and Instagram at Angels Unscripted Podcast. And then we also have an email if you want to directly email us those stories as well. And that email is angelinstitutestories@gmail.com. Again, that's angelinstitutestories@gmail.com. And if you're comfortable sharing, you may hear your stories right here on our podcast, and we'll discuss them. So that's very exciting. Now, speaking of Angel Institute books, it's also the season of Christmas. So we're going to bring the Christmas spirit in here as well. So let's just go ahead and hear what Christmas spirit means to both of you. And Erica, you can start.
Okay. I may have been called a Christmas nut in my life. My family may have said that a few times, but I've always loved Christmas. Even as a little girl, Christmas has always been such a special place or time in my life, because I just remember as things were challenging for my family at different times. My dad lost his job a couple times, and he had to go back to school, and my mom was working, and there just were some challenging things like all families have.
Right.
But I remember as a kid that Christmas, no matter what was going on in our lives, Christmas was always magical. Like amazing things happened at Christmas. We never went without. We always had an abundance of gifts and love, and I just thought it was just such a special time, and I just clung to that as a child, and I carried that with me my whole life. And when I became a mother myself, I wanted to make sure that my home felt that way, so I spend entirely way too long decorating. I'm slowing down a little bit, I think, but it's days and days of decorating, and I just love the feel of Christmas and just what it brings. And then I love being out. I know I'm a little bit, again, a Christmas nut. I like being out in the hustle and bustle with the people and the shopping and the everything. And I love that people are generally more kind.
Yeah.
And giving, and so it's just always been such a special thing for me. So when I got the chance to start writing Christmas stories, and being a fan of Christmas novels, I've always read Christmas books. I have my movies I watch every year. I have the same books I reread every year.
Yeah.
And I love it. And so being able to create my own Christmas stories was so fun for me as an author. And I feel like Angel Institute is just like taking it up another level. Now I'm writing about it. Now I'm talking about it. And then we get to interact with the readers, and they're going to get every week. They read that book, they're going to get like behind the scenes information. They're going to like, it's just taking it up a notch for me. So that's Christmas spirit, is just taking everything up a level. More is more for me. So yeah, that's what I love about Christmas.
I love that you
That's awesome.
talk about the decorating, and because I think it's symbolic in our homes that this time is set apart to celebrate something different.
Yeah.
And so we do that within our homes, and we create this environment that's separate from the rest of the year. I think that's part of what makes it so special. And so if you don't put the effort in, which I haven't put as much in over the last couple of years, so Erica, I'm going to need you to come over and inspire me. But I think that's part of the reason why the decorating is just such a part of Christmas, is because it does set it apart from the rest of the year.
Yeah, that's awesome. So do you have anything else to add, or is that
about what Christmas spirit means?
Yes, what does it mean to you?
Christmas spirit to me is obviously the feeling of having my Savior near and celebrating his birth. And then family is a huge one. Being around the family, having traditions. Traditions are so much fun. I love having things to do that we count on every year. My family has several that are just non-negotiables. Yeah. We're going to do this, whether everybody can make it, in all the clothes and whatever, or you're outside freezing, but you're part of it because you want to be part of it. So I love the traditions. I love the sense of, like you say, with people being kinder and things, brotherhood, goodwill towards all men, all of those things. I feel like, again, it's a time of season that's elevated, that we're all trying to be just a little bit better.
Right, and that's awesome. And we will be talking more about the traditions and more of the Christmas spirit in our next episode as well, when we talk about Tyler, which is that book that you see right there. So yeah, it's not all about Christmas here, though. I've heard a little rumor that we're going to be doing other seasons as well. So that's exciting. If you could leak a little bit on that, give us a little teaser, that would be great.
Well, in the writing of these books, it came to our attention that these angels are specific, they're trained for a certain type of guardian angelship, and that there would be other classes in the Angel Institute that focus on other types of angel work, is what we'll call it.
Exciting.
And so we are looking at Valentine's Day, most definitely Easter. I mean, obviously that's kind of an obvious season, and more. We'll keep an eye out and see where these angels are taking us.
Well, I'll have to stay tuned for that. That's very exciting. So now that we've discussed all the ins and outs of the Angel Unscripted podcast, just both of you just remind us how excited you are to share this with us, because I can just see it on your faces. You guys are beaming. So
yeah, I am thrilled to share these books. Honestly, I am excited about everything in them, everything on the outside, everything about these books, because I have the Marrying Miss Kringle series, and every year I get readers who tell me, this is my 4th year reading this series at Christmas, and this is that, and I really love this book, is my favorite, but what, I'm kind of leaning towards this one this year, and that kind of thing. And I have enjoyed immensely being a part of Christmas for so many readers. And this Angel series is, I think it can become a staple in your Christmas celebrations every single year. And with each book, Tyler's focuses on family. What does your first book focus on? What is the topic?
It's friendship.
Friendship.
Yeah.
And then there are others. There's one that I think it's my 3rd book in the series, that is about the goodwill towards men and overcoming your own self in order to contribute to your community and things. So each one has a different focus, which can speak to you at a different time in your life.
Right,
And
yeah.
so that's why I think they have a lasting, staying ability that can touch readers throughout their lives. And so there are 8
Right.
books in this first set. And so I think they're also going to be a wonderful gift because it's giving the reader, your friend, your loved one, your grandma, your daughter, somebody there, that spirit that comes with that book. And so I'm
Awesome.
really excited to be a part of that and to share that with people and to just bring the joy of Christmas out. And we have this wonderful opportunity with the podcast and with the books to go spread that joy and wonder further and farther than we've ever done it before. And so that's, I think, what gets me so excited is I'm like, watch out, world, Merry Christmas, here we come.
Well, and even if you're not a big reader, you still want that Christmas joy. And each book, it sounds like, just brings a little bit of that to your life.
One thing I wanted to add to that about this experience. So writing together, we sat down, we world built together, if you will, this town, which I love the town. Anyway, we built this little town together. We came up with what the laws are for the angels. We just world built together. So having so much information that's the same as we went forth with this series, but what is so amazing to watch happen is, so she's writing 4, I'm writing 4. Every one of them is so different, and it wasn't planned that way. Like we each have a different, like one is friendship for me, one is comfort. And so there's a theme, but watching what happens, like for me, it's been amazing to see each angel is so individual and what they bring to their person is individual. It's like, it just goes back to like, you get the angel you need. And so it's just happened on its own through these books. So even though they're the same, there's the theme, there's the town, there's the romance, they're different. Yeah. You have, I mean, you're going to want to live there when you see the calendar. Like we should read through the calendar one time of everything that happens in Benton Falls, because
it is the
every day
Christmas town you've ever heard of.
Yeah.
Awesome.
But anyway, it's just been a fun journey. It's been fun to see these books just come together, and like you can reread them every year and you will get something out of them. Well, like it's going to be so fun.
I truly believe that the differences that have happened is because each story is meant for an individual person or reader. And so there's something in this book that I'm writing that is meant to touch somebody's heart. And so it's going to be different. They're going to be different because they're meant for different people. So I'm excited about that too, because having seen that, I know it's going to touch some hearts. And so
and I already want to read them already. So, like you guys, I haven't read them yet, and I'm so excited that they're out for pre-order. So I'm gonna go pre-order them after this show. So, if you want to brighten your week, then join us here on Angels Unscripted. Now that you know a little bit about it, you can subscribe and follow along on this journey with us. So we're on Apple Podcasts. We're also on YouTube if you'd like to not only listen, but to see the live video as well. So you can see all of our facial expressions, all of Lucy's funny faces. So
I do.
Join us on that. So we release a new episode every Monday morning to start your week off strong. And you can also follow us on social media as well, and we'll post little snippets here and there. So thank you for letting us be your podcast this morning, and we appreciate you and your support. So now, see you next Monday.